Hi, I'm Sarah Batchelor. I'm a teacher here in the province of Alberta, but I'm not here tonight to just talk about education. I have this crazy idea, one that I think will change the landscape of our province, improve our government, strengthen public sector jobs, and brace yourself, actually make Alberta better and more democratic. Here it is. Every Alberta politician with a portfolio, yes, ministers and shadow cabinet, should be required to spend 5 working days each month in the industry they oversee. Not a photo op, not a handshake and go, real job shadowing, on the ground with teachers, nurses, oil workers, doctors, farmers. Imagine if the Minister of Energy spent 5 days a month on an active job site, not in a boardroom, but on the rig floor, seeing the safety risks, the hours, the grind. Policy on energy development and worker safety would probably look a little different. Or if the Minister of Health actually spent time on a hospital shift, like he's been invited, watching a nurse try to cover for 2 missing colleagues, or a doctor juggling emergencies, or hang out with my sister running the ambulances in Edmonton, which never have enough, right? Maybe they'd understand why burnout is so high and why throwing out buzzwords like efficiency isn't really what Albertans need to hear right now. And in education, my role. Maybe if the education minister sat in a real classroom for more than 10 minutes, listening to 30 kids with 30 unique needs, they'd stop asking why teachers are concerned about classroom complexity and help us find solutions. I don't mean this as a punishment, it's connection. As a teacher, I know relationship is my biggest tool, and we need relationship. This is how we bridge the gap between political decisions, and public reality. It's how we make smarter policies and stop wasting time and money on ideas that sound good in a meeting but fall flat in real life. It could also help us identify some overlapping responsibilities between ministries. I mean, I'm sure the RCMP, education, social work, healthcare, there are families that utilize all of us. And I'm sure with a little coordination, we could actually have more services available because we could streamline things, improve outcomes, save money, right? I reached out to my MLA back in May, Angela Pitt, because I'm here in Airdrie. And, and I had to reply, before she'd reply, to confirm my postal code, because I guess other people have been emailing her. Anyway, so I sent her a polite little email saying, hey, sweetie, I'd love it if you'd come and spend some time in my room. And she responded on the 18th of May saying that she was too busy, that she had stakeholder meetings, saying constituent work. I mean, isn't that what I'm asking her for? And caucus duties. But they're not sitting, so I don't know how she got that. But I'll post the exchange, you can read it yourself. But here's the kicker, and she did admit this. The legislature had adjourned on the 15th. So she's out of settings, or whatever you say that word is, right? For not just May and June, July, but all the way till October. So meanwhile, while she's too busy, teachers are covering classes when no subs show up. Nurses are supervising double patients. Doctors, you're skipping your breaks. You're not getting oh my God, it's just awful. Oil workers, you're doubling up because there's not enough crew. We all do it because we have to. I mean, what's the alternative? And this is why job shadowing would be so important. MLAs aren't even sitting until October. So all of our elected officials with portfolios, they should have some time on their hands right now, right? 5 days a month is a very reasonable, especially if you average it across the year. And they could be doing a lot more of that during these legislative breaks, right? I wanted to make sure I was being fair here, though. Honestly, I am so sick of work creep, and I don't want to be a hypocrite. So I compared MLAs to educators, and I kind of came up with a summary, and I discovered that a cabinet minister earns nearly $186,000 a year, where a top-tier teacher makes $120,000. We teach for 188 days, and that doesn't include any of our summer planning and after-hour marking, compared to the expectation that MLAs will sit for 5 days a month. So, okay, as I said, I am absolutely a musician, right? I count to 4 for a living, but $186,000 for 5 days, 188, I don't make 120, I have 2 degrees. I'm in the wrong profession. I should run for politics, although I'm far too biased, so no. Here's the thing though, what I'm asking here isn't for them to do extra work. This is the work. They represent us, they represent the portfolio. They're making decisions on things they don't understand. And I'm sorry, if all of us out here in the public sector and even the private sector, those of us working, we pick up the slack, I don't think this is an unreasonable ask. And I really do think it would change things for the better.